You are listening to My Outlandish Bassoon.
Everybody clear your desks. You're not going to need anything except a pencil and an eraser. Hello, and welcome to my outstanding lesson.
You've done one.
I've done an intro.
Easy, isn't it?
Actually, I thought it was kind of hard.
I spend the whole week thinking of those.
I know you do. I know.
And it shows.
That's why they're so good.
Who have we got on the podcast today?
Today we have Haijun, one of my oldest, longest lasting friends here in China. He's from China. He's from Sichuan province. I actually got to go meet his family once in cold Sichuan province. And he is a professor in a university. He's an English professor.
Okay, great. Every week we have a word that, if the guest mentions, will land them straight in detention.
Okay, so Freddie, what do you want his word to be?
Haijun is not allowed to give us one of these tawdry, inspirational quotes.
You don't like inspirational quotes?
Don't find them very inspiring. I don't need to be told to be the change in the world. You know what I mean? Be the change you want to see.
Huh.
When Mandela said it, brilliant.
So you're not the kind of teacher who would have inspirational posters around the classroom?
I'm a very uninspirational teacher.
I believe that.
Yes. Right. Oh, before we invite Haijun in, we should say there is a very misanthropic cat wandering the flat. So if you hear a plaintive, yowl during the ep, it's Ming. What's that with Ming today?
Ming is like this every day, actually.
Okay.
I'll tell you what's up. He wants to be an outdoor cat, but I hold him hostage inside.
Yeah.
And so it's like he loves me, but he also really resents me.
Sometimes
he has Stockholm syndrome.
He looks at the... He looks out the window like people do in films when they break up with someone they need to be with, don't they? And they just look outside the window. Normally when it's raining, but he's actually looking at the outside.
But he gives this long, wail of a meow.
Yeah.
It's sad. And for listeners, I want you to know that I tried to let him be an outdoor cat, but he got catnapped twice. He's very beautiful. So it's for his own safety. I don't let him go outside anymore. It's hard for all of us. Are you going to cut that? You're going to cut
Oh, it's Haijun!
Hi, Haijun!
Come in! We're here with Haijun.
Hi, Haijun!
Hello, Jesse. Hello, Freddie.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for inviting me.
Haijun has accepted the offer of a turbo table. So
Yes.
Brave man. Actually, he just made fun of it, really. He was like, that sounds easy. I think his exact words are, I'm Chinese.
Haijun has talked a big game.
Yes. Well, that's exactly what I said to Jesse and Freddie. I have this sense of a superior. I'm more superior than other people in terms of a math problem.
Before we start the lesson, it's time for the starter.
Yes.
So,
Tell us about the game, Freddie.
I'm going to provide Jesse and Haijun with an obscure word. I'm going to give you 3 definitions,
Okay.
one of which is correct.
Cool.
It's down to you to determine which is the correct definition. The word is collop.
Is it C or K?
C-O-L-L-O-P. The definition is the dirty matted bit around a sheep's arse.
Call up.
Okay.
The definition is a slice of meat or a fold of flab.
All right.
Or a pile of nuts that a squirrel might make.
Those are so good.
Ooh, yeah.
Right, so we've got the matted bit around a sheep's arse, slice of meat or flab fold, or a pile of nuts that a squirrel might make. 1, 2, or 3. Hygiene.
I'm inclined to 3.
1 pile of nuts.
I don't know. I think 1. Number 1.
Jessie thinks it is the dirty, matted bit around a sheep's arse.
Even though you totally wrote that one. That's so silly of me.
I enjoyed writing that one so much. A collop is a slice of meat or a fold of
Oh
flab.
no.
gosh!
It's a hard
I
game.
wavered between number 2 and 3. Like the first one is no.
2 points, Freddie.
All 3 of them
Ooh.
sounded really good.
I know.
The butlers play balderdash every Christmas. Right, Haijun, you've got one.
I do have one word.
Now, I know this one, so this one's just for Jessie.
Just for Jessie.
Okay.
You ready? So the word is zarf.
Okay.
You got it?
Zarf.
Z-A-R-F. So the 3 definitions are 1. An inflammatory swelling or sore caused by exposure to heat.
Okay. Zarf.
And number 2, it's a cardboard sleeve, yes, to protect your hands that goes around a hot coffee.
Okay.
Number 3, a medicinal herb that's used in African tribes to heal wounds by sharp metals.
I don't know.
Haijun.
It's a zarf.
I know what the answer is, but I'm still convinced by the others.
I like the idea of it being the coffee sleeve because
Yeah.
then I'm like, oh, I'll start using that word in my general vocabulary. That's what I'm going to go with.
Are you going to go with that one?
It's a coffee sleeve.
Okay, zarf. And Jesse chose the correct
Yeah!
one.
You got it.
Hey.
Oh, good.
Yes, congrats.
So I
you
guess
got
I
it.
won the game. I'm the game winner today. First time.
So competitive.
Oh, yes. Well, you just won the game.
The cat's so unhappy. Should I put him outside? Did you hear that long meow just now? Tell us about your outstanding lesson.
Yes, my outstanding lesson. Yeah, so I was in a class teaching British literature, and I asked them to do the reading first, and then I started to give them an example, very emotional example. I was touched by my own reading. I was reading, "Oh, shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate."
Haijun.
With more emotion.
I'm weak at the knees.
And then, yeah, I was very emotional, and then noticed something like wait a minute, some heads are down. What's going on?
Can't feel every pair of eyes on me.
Yeah, like
You're like,
I
"They're
was
just
so
crying."
invested.
They're so emotional.
That was the best performance of the class, like, best moment of the class. Then there was I noticed. Oh, okay, here's the thing. They are obsessed with their phones, like the screen obsession going on. So I said, "All right, guys, I think I've mentioned this on my first class. I have very low tolerance for phone use in class. So this is my warning. If you continue doing this, I'm gonna confiscate your phones later." Okay, after that worked. Like,
That's good.
yeah.
So was there one kid in particular that
There
was glued to it?
one, and then there were like 2 or 3 of them, very stubborn, who were still using their phones, and I just said, "Okay, enough is enough." So I walked to this student, and then just grabbed their phones, and then walked to the third one, the girl, and said, "Okay, give me your phone." And then I was confident, like, yeah, she's just gonna hand it to me, and then we're gonna go back to the class. It's just a very tiny little episode. But that's not the case. So she actually was very protective of her phone, and she just snatched her phone to like somewhere underneath the table.
Oh,
Underneath
don't
the-
go down there.
And then she said something to me that kind of pumped me up. Like, She said, "Well, you don't have the power. You don't have the authority to
Oh no.
She
to
besmirched
take
you.
away my phone." Like, excuse
What gives
me.
you the right? Okay.
I do have the authority. This is my class. Like, I'm in charge.
I'm scared of this. Like, just with Haijun telling it, I think I'm so glad we only have to deal with 7-year-olds. I don't like confrontation, and the problem is I suppose as a teacher, I've made this mistake before. Sometimes I go in too hard
Yeah.
and make a bigger deal than I need to about something, and
And
and if the kid doesn't back down, you think,
Yeah.
oh shit, I'm in here. So suddenly you get to this situation where I remember I had a kid that was quite obstinate back home when I was teaching in my first year, and we'd go from very calm classroom to a bit of a flashpoint over something as stupid as he was sharpening his pencil in the wrong bin, or you know what I mean.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, I'm making a stand about something that is really really unimportant, and then you get this sort of
Power struggle.
yeah. It's like I can't back down with
Yeah.
this one in
Yeah.
front of the
There's
old
no way
class.
going back.
They'll all take me for a mug, and actually, all you've done is you've stressed out that kid, and you've made a situation out of one that didn't need to be.
You made
there.
yourself a joke.
Yeah.
Like, basically.
Yeah.
I did learn some lessons from that
So
confrontation.
if that sort of thing happened again now, how would you handle it differently?
Well, I'm gonna handle it differently. I'd probably just say, make some jokes, and then probably I will not insist that much, because I was really risking my credibility or authority.
I think also this story is like more intense being in China as well.
Yeah.
I feel like in the West, this like confrontation wouldn't be as shocking from a student, you know?
Okay, you mean it happens much more often?
Yeah. Do you think so?
Yeah, I would say I hear like that kind of thing quite often from secondary school teachers.
Okay.
The kind of thing I've sort of tried to like develop more of is the mindset that as a teacher I can ask a student what to do, or if you want to put it this way, tell them what to do. I can't make them do it, and I refuse to. So now, if I have a difficult student, I'll say something along the lines of, I would like you to do this. I can't make you do this. If you choose not to do this, then there'll be consequences for your decisions.
Okay.
But I can't make you. And I think that's quite a good way to avoid a stand-up. 9 times out of 10, they sort of realise the easier option is to just do what you've been asked. And then the kid doesn't feel like they're losing face as well, because it's not
I
me
get it.
standing here.
I get it.
Because you know, like the
Yeah.
power struggle works both ways, right?
Yeah.
The child or the teenager is thinking, I've got all my mates looking at me here. I'm
Yes,
not going to
yes.
back down to this wanker. But it almost gives them like a way out
Mhm.
of the situation as well.
Yeah, that's very smart. Like a more humane way to deal with the situation.
Well, I drove myself mad because you know I had a difficult class my first year, and I'd have a few kids that would sort of do this as a daily occurrence, and I was thinking, I can't do this. I can't start demanding this, shouting at this person like every day. It's
Yeah.
driving me mad. The thing is, like, as a teacher, I think you don't know a lot about these kids' like backgrounds and home life. So
Yes.
I think you know, they're all going to be so different. Like, it's part of your job to provide an environment that does feel safe. And even if they are not playing their part in that, even if they are acting confrontationally or aggressive, it's part of the job
Yes.
to help them through that, and not to provoke them, and not to rise, and not to get them in a situation where they're going to feel like they need to lash out to save face, whatever. So that's almost like
Yeah.
part of the training.
You have to be really good at deflating and
Yes.
helping to calm the situation down. All right. What do we have to do to wrap it up? You didn't do a turbo table. Oh.
It's double time.
Okay.
0 times 8.
0.
He thought he might trick you with that.
What?
I know. He's like, some
come
people
on.
don't know their 0 test.
Bring it on.
You got
What are
it.
you thinking,
More
Freddie?
questions?
Do another one.
More
Try
math
harder one.
questions? Like 12 times 12?
14 times 31.
Oh,
Okay,
he
14
broke the
times
rules.
31.
The fact that you even considering answering it tells me everything. Right.
Answer. Let the
Hi,
man
June.
answer.
Thanks for coming.
We know you're smarter than us. Just go.
Yeah.
Wake up earlier in the morning to catch Haijun out.
All right.
Right. I think that's it.
Thanks for coming, Haijun.
Well, you're welcome. Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah.
Good
Thanks.
having you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
That was Haijun.
That was Haijun.
For the benefit of the listener, Jessie was just lamenting the fact that she always repeats what I say.
I just don't know what to say, and my brain's like, it's a safe bet.
That was the comic timing there was so perfect. It almost seemed like you did it on purpose, but I don't think you did.
I didn't, sadly.
On that note, this flows so well. We've got a review here from James Underwood 88. Title: Thinking Caps On. He says, a fun time, but informative too. I think the back and forth chatting between the hosts is the best bit. Though you can tell they have a passion for teaching. Back and forth between the hosts. Lovely comments from James Underwood 88. Only slightly ruined by the absolutely appalling grammar used. Oh dear, James. Just a sample of the great back and forth we have there.
So sorry.
And now it's time for our new feature. 这是什么?
你好吗?
China News. So this week's China News happened to me last week when, to treat myself, I went to a perfectly reputable massage parlour, and the masseuse gave me an hour massage, and he spent about 58 minutes, exaggerating slightly, but he spent an awful long time on the butt.
Had you been working out or something? Was there strain in your buttocks? Were you quite creeped out?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like one of those situations where you feel like, oh, this massage therapist knows what he's doing. He found my troublesome area.
Maybe there was a knot there that I hadn't realised.
But that was not how you felt.
No.
Did you feel violated?
No, that's pushing it.
Okay.
Yeah. 这是什么?
你好吗?
China News. Haijun didn't try and inspire us with any quotes,
No.
although he clearly likes to inspire his children.
He read Shakespeare.
Yeah,
He quoted Shakespeare directly.
he did actually.
Yeah, but not really the way you were explaining.
Sorry, Haijun, didn't really inspire me.
You weren't inspired by Shakespeare.
Yes, you kind of putting words in my mouth there. Right.
Shakespeare doesn't impress Freddie.
Please rate and review the podcast wherever you downloaded it, and follow us on Instagram at @myoutstandinglesson. My personal teaching account is Mr_Butler_primary. I think that's it.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.